Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you, man. As you know, Fridays as well as Sundays is Q&A days. If I've missed you out, I've tried. I've had Mr. Truth 884 and Mr. Will Greg, they came in late. I tried so hard to include everybody's. People always ask me how they can ask me questions. You can simply comment it on YouTube. You can hit me up on Gmail, deludedguna04. That's right, I got that. deludedguna04@gmail.com. You can get at me on my Twitter, deludedguna04, Facebook, Snapchat, however. Just do it, innit? Like, that's the final time I'm going to answer this. Thank you for the questions. Well received. Let's not waste any more time, man. Let's crack straight on. Me and you asks, have you now assumed the name N'Golo Kante? If you know, you know, my G. If you know, you know. I mean, my name is not N'Golo Kante, but if you know, you know, innit? I've seen a lot of people ask that, and a lot of subscribers have put that debate to bed. So I know a lot of subscribers know, so I ain't going to get into that. You've also asked where is Zelalem? He's currently he was injured. He's in the rehabilitation phase right now. I mean, a lot of talented young pros have gone, and he looked like he wouldn't get his chance, but ironically, he's still under contract. If he gets fit, who knows, he might still have a say. Personally, I think it's over now because there's younger players, and maybe it's best if he just breaks free from Arsenal through all the expectations that's been placed on a man, saying how he's ahead of Cess at this age and these things. For what it's worth, I think my man's a baller. He can improve physically. Technically, he can play Premier League, in my opinion. Like, he the first time I saw him in Arsenal's youth, I said, this guy is physically not strong, but technically he's there. Obviously, there's more variables. He needs to make his mark on in games, in particular when he was at loan at Rangers. You would, if you were looking for certain things, you would see him. But in terms of immediate impact, putting your stamp on the game and letting people remember, that's the Zelalem show. I'm not too sure, and I say that because, of course, he's not the players I'm about to list, but Cesc Fabregas, Modric, Toni Kroos, Thiago, all of these players, central midfielders, and they can do the passive thing, but you can remember specifically games where they controlled it, and he needs to add a bit of that in his own aspect, in his own career. So yeah. Jack Glyer asks, are you afraid Reiss Nelson is going to leave us? No, I'm not afraid. That he probably will. I'm concerned if he leaves, but I wouldn't say I'm afraid because it's why delay the inevitable. If I was him, I'd sign a new deal, but also if I was him, I'd consider the Dortmunds. I'm just listing them as an example. They're not interested in him as far as I know. I'd consider similar to how his friend Jadon Sancho went, or just consider he was going to give me game time and develop me. Arsenal rate him highly, but we've been very slack, and his contract's up soon in 2019. It's comical, bro. I don't know why your at is not coming up. Sorry, bro, but whoever asked this, shout to you. Why settle for the norm anyways? Not a send for anyone comfy with a 9 to 5, but I'm sure everybody's good at something they like. Why not work that on the side? You see it, man. I think you're speaking in regards to one of my vids. Shout out to you, man. That's it. What we're all trying to do. We all got to work 9 to 5s to live, but we want to chase our dreams. So shout out to you. He's with it and he gets it. Jack Lyle asks, what is our team for the Europa League now, considering Aubameyang can't play and we've lost our strikers for Europa League? Well, we've got to take it seriously now. Lacazette has got to start. You've got to play Mkhitaryan, and that's it, really. You can't really play anyone else. The likes of Nketiah might get a start in these things. Obviously, it's the business end of the tournament now, so I'm saying that likely, but he's likely to be on the bench for that. So I hope that answers that. Also, if you're an Arsenal owner, what changes do you make off the field and not regarding transfers? Firstly, I would establish. Firstly, I know Spen and Raul have come in, but I'd get someone like David Dean. Secondly, I'd improve our scouting network. I believe we really need to pattern up in that. I know you said not transfers, but I really can't see how I can give you suggestions because I'm a footballing man. Probably introduce some safe standing. Improve us commercially. Just look for ways we can improve and expand. I'd probably try and set up a monopoly like how City have. They got teams in America, Melbourne, and all of them things there. Obviously, we ain't got the money they have, but that's the sort of avenue I'd go down. I don't know if it can work again, but I'd try and establish links between clubs where we were doing dodgy dealings, where players were going from Ivory Coast to Belgium for a bit and then coming to us. Like with Kolo Touré, I'll get that stuff going again. Hopefully that answers your question, my G. Yeah. Records asks, if you could beat the ish out of any player, who would it be? It would be Emre that used to play for Newcastle for that racist thing, or it would be Gallas because I just don't like Gallas, or maybe Chris Sutton because he's jarring, but I don't advocate violence. You've also asked me Nike or Adidas. Adidas makes some wavy stuff, but quite sillily, I'm loyal to a brand which is Nike to a degree. You've also asked me, do I like pounded yam? I can't say I've tried that, broski. So yeah, Mobay Guna asks, yo, bro, do you think Son can do a job until the season end? He was praised. Yeah. Personally, I believe he was praised for assists. I mean, all of his best games are him assisting someone, whether it's on real or something. I really didn't like Song. I think Song's crap. Like, I actually thought Song's crap. I was happy to see him go. We've hardly got any bodies in our side, so on that basis of coming in, why not? I mean, I personally think he's robbed, and he's not going to improve us. He's not going to be that physical presence in midfield. Do you guys remember how Song used to play? A man was a false defensive mid, but we need bodies, so why not? If he's fully fit, why not, man? Yeah. Expat Guna asks, who would you want as the next Arsenal gaffer? Also, name your four to replace the current Arsenal board. In regards to the board, that's put me on the spot. I cannot do it, but I would source out. I could tell you clubs I'll go to. I'd source out people at PSG. I'd source out people at Manchester United behind the scenes. I'd source out people at City behind the scenes, if that helps, and a couple other clubs. In regards to the next Arsenal gaffer, I must admit I changed opinions. I'm now starting to feel Jurgen Low, the German guy, to be honest with you. Or Jardim can come. Monaco are not having a good season, but he can clearly develop young players, and young players are just going through the door at this club, and we're not or not reaching their full potential. So maybe one of them too. Somto asks, yo, do you rate Timo Horn? Only 24. Assuming you're speaking about the goalie, I think he's alright, to be honest with you. Tariq Amazing asks, why do Spanish strikers flop in the Premier League? Only Torres was a success. I'm not too sure. Whether we look at Negredo, whether we look at Lucas Perez, whether we look at Soldado, I'm not too sure. That's a good question. I don't know, man. It might, and Sandro Ramirez. Personally, if I look at Soldado, it might not make sense, but I feel they're trying to be too smart with their play in England. It's all about just being pessimistic, expecting centre halves to miss it and the movement. I think they were trying to be too technical based rather than play their actual role. So I'm not too sure. Obviously, with the likes of Perez, he weren't given a look in and them things there. Biggs asks, what do you think of Masuaku's spitting incident? Anyone that spits is disgusting, and spitting, I can't lie, spitting's worse than up with being told, pardon my language, suck your mum. Spitting is a mad thing. If you spit at someone, you best be prepared to either write them off or get written off. That's my opinion. Digi Scott asks, can you see Aubameyang playing as the main front man and Lacazette dropping into a false nine kind of role? In the game, one of them is going to have to drop deep, and it will be beneficial because either one is going to drop deep, either one's going to make the run in behind, or two can make the run in behind. That's going to pull opposition spaces, and if them two both run, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, etc. can take advantage of that space. If Lacazette drops, obviously a centre half is going to have to follow him. Aubameyang has space. You get where I'm going, so I agree with that. Jack Lau again asks, what? Nah, I've already answered that. Why is that here again, bro? I don't know, man. You see how technology is shagging me. But yeah, Truth884 asks, Jardim next manager? Literally just asked that, bro. Ski. I'll be up for that. And finally, Will Greg asks, what did you ask? How do we accommodate Lacazette, Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan and Ozil? Personally, people, I don't know what happened there. Personally, people, I believe that, what was I going to say? On one hand, you don't need to force all of them into the side. I mean, let's look at it logically. How Pep Guardiola sides. Does he necessarily force all the midfielders in? You could say he does, but there's no real need to do that. Different games call for different stuff. But if we're going to start all of them, a part of me is thinking 4-3-3. In real terms, Ozil will come out of that and drop behind. Either Ozil in the deeper midfield role with the three in midfield, or it's a 4-3-3, but Ozil comes behind and makes it two up front. There's a different, obviously you can play about 2-2-2 or some nonsense like that. I can't remember what I saw. I saw a good article on that. There's 3-5-2. There's so much we could do, to be honest with you. Main thing is I don't feel it's by force to fit everyone in, because remember back in the days when Arsenal had a lot of creative players and Ramsey and Wilshere were forced out wide, or whoever, even Ozil at times. It's not by force. But anyways, I believe that's all the questions, people. Thank you very much for the questions, man. Get in the comments with more questions. DG, I'm signing out. Thank you.